to the studio. It's Froyle here and I'm so glad you've joined me. Today we're creating an absolutely beautiful fluid art painting using a technique called an imprint pour. Now this is a technique that I've been creating and developing and experimenting with because it's a lot of fun. You're using different layers to create the painting and there's so many possibilities. So first of all, I'm starting with a 12 by 16 inch canvas and I've pulled out some heavy gel gloss. I'm putting the gel medium through the stencil straight onto the canvas and I've chosen a beautiful ornate pattern. Easy peasy, straight through the stencil, 2 minutes, ta-da, you're already done. See how fabulous the heavy gel gloss looks on the canvas now. Now you do have to wait for this first layer to dry before you move on to the fun part of pouring all the paint on. Next, I've mixed up some beautiful fluid paint using mostly the Liquitex pouring medium. I've been experimenting with 9 different mediums and I've got quite a few in different mixes for this beautiful painting. I'm starting with a fabulous muted pink. Well, that's what the color's called. It's a Liquitex color and I'm putting that with some rose tan. Then I'm adding some beautiful pearlescent violet and some deep violet at the top, and in the middle I've got some scarlet, magenta and some flame. Now these colors are actually names from the color cube challenge that I have been experimenting with. They're not actually straight out of the tube, they are mixed up colors and it's a whole lot of fun. I love using leftover paints because you've already got them mixed up and you get to use them. Pouring them on the canvas, it looks absolutely beautiful. We're going straight over the beautiful stenciled imprint that's already on the canvas and I've pulled out my trusty hairdryer, giving it a blow to move all the glorious paint around. Now I'm adding a little more gold and then I'm giving it another blow with the hairdryer and I decided then add some more of the fabulous deep violet. I kept adding more of the same beautiful colors here and there until I was happy with the composition. What I love about the hairdryer is that it zooms it right up the canvas. And it has so much beautiful action and movement to it. I know it's going to look really well when it dries and you see that fabulous imprint underneath. Well, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping my gel gloss medium is thick enough to show through from underneath when all of this glorious fluid paint is actually dry. Now, when I was happy with my composition, it's looking rather like a flame. I pulled out my favorite Liquitex Antique Gold. Now, this spray paint is an acrylic spray paint, so it's compatible with these other acrylic paints. It's one of my absolutely favorite techniques when I'm creating one of these beautiful fluid art paintings. Spray it straight on the paint. It looks amazing. Some of the spray paint will disperse into the actual acrylic fluid paint and some of it sits on top and it does create a beautiful textured layer and it looks glorious in antique gold. You can't fail. Have a look at these beautiful, rich, deep colors. They are some of my favorite colors, especially with a splash of gold. So now I just have to let it sit on my table to dry and I'm really hoping that I can see that beautiful, delicate stencil coming through from underneath. Have a look. The painting dried up absolutely beautiful. I'm so happy because sometimes the acrylic paints don't dry as well as you hope they're going to. Sometimes the colors are flat or the mix of the different paints don't quite work, but this dried up beautiful. I'm so happy with it. Now I've left it for quite a few weeks before I pulled out the fabulous liquid glass. This is a gorgeous medium. I scrape it over the painting with a palette knife. It's thick and beautiful and it's going to dry super glossy. It self-levels. You can't poke at it too much, but you just make sure you've got it all covered. You haven't got any holes. It looks a lot like resin, but it's super easy. If you hold it into the light, you can check to make sure you haven't missed any bits and then you have to leave it alone so that it dries. Don't poke at it. Have a look at how beautiful the painting has dried up. I'm so excited. Look at all of the glorious rich colors, and it's super, super shiny from the liquid glass. The liquid glass is thick and glossy and brings out all the richness of colors. I absolutely love it. Now, the first time I bought a bottle of this, when it arrived, it had lots of little crappy bits in it and I had to strain it. So if that happens to you, just know, put it through a paint strainer and get all those bits out of it. I almost didn't buy it again, but I love the effect so much that I just had to. And then the second bottle I bought from Amazon must have been a lot fresher because it had no problems, no little bits in it, and I didn't have to strain it. So much easier. But the idea has worked out rather well. You can see the fabulous imprint of the stenciled shape underneath there, and it looks glorious with the composition. The fabulous little shape that I put on there sits right in the center, and then all of these glorious colors. This looks rather like a flame up there, don't you think? I love the earthy tones down here and the rich copper, and then there's my fabulous splash of the iridescent antique gold spray paint. All of these techniques I absolutely love. It's so simple, so easy. The hardest part is waiting for the layers to dry. I'm very happy with the technique. I think it turned out well. It's going to look stunning up on the wall. Thanks for joining me today. This was a whole lot of fun. I really enjoyed this Imprint Pour idea and using the fabulous Liquitex spray paint. If you want to know more about the art supplies, you'll find information in the description under the video, or you can find out more of who I am on FroyleArt.com. There's so many ways that we could take these techniques, so many possibilities for more creative adventures. So come back and join me again next time in the studio.